Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm not wearing a stitch of makeup. I have a headband ready and a few bags of makeup, which means we're testing things out on camera. I purchased a ton of things at Sally's Beauty Supply. A lot of you guys have been requesting this. You know, it kind of goes in line with my tested Lush and tested Body Shop. Now we're testing some makeup that you don't see too often from Sally's Beauty. I actually shop there quite frequently. Let me do like a mini haul here. All right, I went in there for pumices because I swear by these. I've talked about these on my channel before. If you want smooth feet, which who does not want that in their life, these are the best, the Mr. Pumice. I also grabbed a brush. I don't really know why I'm sharing that with you guys other than the beginning of the story is I went to Sally's not necessarily looking for all of this, but it just kind of happened. And hey, isn't this cool? You can actually like use your blow dryer through here and dry your hair quicker while brushing. I just really went to town shopping and I got so much stuff. A lot of it is very, very affordable. We're gonna be using a lot of $2 makeup, and I think it's pretty cool that Sally's has a nice, good selection of things that you wouldn't see at the drugstore that actually look very promising. So I have high hopes, I hope, because I want my makeup to look good today. What the hell was I thinking? Just welcome to my weekend. This is what I do, you guys. Oh, dang. Okay, so a lot of the makeup I bought was actually $1.69 because I got a Sally's card and made everything even less expensive. Tip from me to you. And we're just gonna go to town. Whoa, so much. Really? So much makeup. We're gonna get started by priming the face. This is the Femme Couture Get Primed, and it looks like a glue stick. I'm into it. I've seen this once before with Benefit, and oh my good God, could they literally be more serious about taping everything up? Okay, doesn't really smell like anything. So I'm just gonna be over here minimizing those pores. Someone recently asked why I only use pore minimizer on the areas that I wanna minimize pores and not on my whole face. Usually pore minimizers are a little bit thicker and I wanna use them sparingly so that foundation layers really well. If you use a primer that is more hydrating and smoothing, you are going to be able to put that everywhere if it's more of a liquid base, and foundation will adhere to it a little bit better. But with like the thicker, kind of like this, you don't wanna be wiping that everywhere. Just kind of get it in the areas where you want to really fill in any fine lines or pores. So that primer was $8.99. Now we're going to go in with the Get Flawless 8-in-1 foundation. I'm really not sure what 8 things it does. Again, this packaging, dude, I mean, really. I have 2 shades here. I have the shade medium and light medium because your girl did not know what this was through the bottle. I really have no idea. I felt like the medium looked lighter than the light medium, which was really tripping me out through the bottle. Does anyone else open packages like this where you get like so annoyed that you just like pop the lid off and you're just like, forget it. We got what we need right here. Okay, so this is the light medium. Comes in a pump, points for that. That's lighter than what I thought it looked like in the bottle. In the bottle, it looks a little bit darker, right? Right? Let's go to the medium. Let's mix them both. Wow, so this one really says that it color corrects. It's a moisturizer, it's a primer, it's a concealer, it's a foundation. It dries to a beautiful powdery finish while it helps smooth lines and is 97% oil-free. So I'm gonna take a couple pumps of each shade. I do have a really handy kind of knockoff tool here. This resembles an artiste brush, and I thought I would give it a try. I mean, why not? Another thing you guys were always asking, like, why clean your brushes when they're brand new? Usually in the factories, they'll be a little bit dusty, a little bit dirty, and you don't want to wipe that all over your face. So I always keep my Cinema Secrets on hand just for my brushes in general in my day-to-day life, but also if you have a new brush, just kind of spritz it down with a brush cleaner. Whoa. What? That's actually really nice and more full coverage than I imagined. Wow, actually that's not streaking at all. It's very yellow toned. I don't know how I'm like feeling about this whole color situation, but guys, it's not bad. I'm actually really liking this foundation. I am so surprised. I don't know about the color. I feel like it might oxidize a little bit, but it's kind of amazing. It's not overly matte. It is not overly dewy. It is just right. All right, so we are going to crack into the concealer here. This is the Femme Couture Get Covered Maximum Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade Light. Ooh, I'm looking in the monitor. This foundation does look a little bit yellow. Texture is really, really nice. Okay, I'll have to work on the color situation. We're just gonna go and cover up those dark circles. I have been eating too much junk food and salt. That needs to change because I am on my fitness mission and I don't know what my problem is. Anybody else do this? You work out really hard and then you're like, oh look, salsa and chips. And let's do brows because I feel like I need a little brow action right now. So I'm gonna take this guy right here, which really, again, the colors are really hard to see through the jars. And I really don't feel like this lid is a good representation of what this product is, but this was the best match that I could find. See, it looks like it would be super, super warm toned. And in here, it looks a lot more cool toned. So I'm gonna take an angled brow brush. I'm just gonna brush everything up and into place. This foundation is like getting more green and yellow by the minute. What the heck? And the concealer is already breaking apart. Normally, when you go into these, they're like very soft. That is so hard. What the hell? My brows do not look totally awful, but this was so hard to put on. It almost feels dangerous, like I was nervous the whole time doing my brows. I'm gonna try and fill them in a little bit better with this brow pencil right here. I got this like as emergency backup. I was really curious about the pomade, which I think does come with a brush hidden in here. Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh, I'm gonna open up this brow pencil. Come on, Sally's, you are killing me right now. This is the dark brown Perfect Arch soft powder pencil. That is very pigmented, but powdery at the same time. All right, so in the back of my brain is your guys' voice saying, darker brows are better, darker brows look so good. So I'm trying it out, you guys. I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm trying. All right, so honestly, I don't really know if I love or hate those brow products. Let's powder the face. I did get this Get Perfect Color Adjusting Powder, which kind of scares me. This foundation is definitely already color adjusting and not in the best way. It's oxidizing quite a bit, which it's oxidizing almost green. It's the weirdest thing. Why is that happening? I really like how it applied, but so these powders right here, I have the light, and then in the same area of the store, like on the same section, they do have a bronzing powder as well. This is the Get Perfect Color Adjusting Powder in Bronzer Universal. These are $12.99 a piece, which is pretty up there in price. I mean, what have I done? Oh man, that is so chalky. What the F? Why does that smell so good? But what in the heck do we see? Did we see that? I just ruined my makeup. We're gonna take the velour puff to save the day and try to blend this out. That is the dumbest powder I have ever tried in my life. Are you joking me? All right, so we're gonna go in very sparingly with the bronzer because this was one of the thickest powders I have put on my face ever, actually. That was intense, dude. All right, I'm going to take just an IT Cosmetics Heavenly brush. This is a blush brush, but I really just am kind of afraid now. So I'm just gonna very lightly pick that up. See, shoot, I like barely tapped in there and this is just really, really pigmented. All right, I know it doesn't look blended the best, but I think that's because of the powder that I just put on. This bronzer is not half bad. It is $12.99, which is up there in price for a more drugstore-ish. You know, I'm kind of considering Sally's drugstore, but this is more expensive than like the Rimmel bronzer that's $4.99 that I really like from the drugstore. So I will try this one again because it seems like it's a pretty color from what I can see, and I want to see if it blends better over top some of my other favorite powders. So I have another bronzer that's kind of a bronzer slash blush, and this is in Sugar and Spice, and this was $2. Actually, I got it on sale for it was $1.69. So we're gonna see if we can kind of flush up the apples of the cheeks and make this situation a little bit more bearable. Okay, I'm going in. Same brush. Why are these so pigmented? Oh my God, it's almost pigmented to like a fault. That's actually really pretty. I actually really like that. Actually, let me take a different brush, and I'm just going to try and get just exclusively in the bronzer side. Kind of hard to do because this is a really tiny pan. $1.69. I will definitely use this again. This was surprisingly good. All right, moving on to the eyes. I picked up from Bitsy the eyeshadows that are $1.69. I have the shade Goldriddens. I have the shade gold, just straight gold. We also have pink icing, and then I did get some of these more like glittery kind of situations, Starstruck and Twinkle in Your Eye. I thought we could minimally swatch them and see what is up. Bitsy also has these little palettes. They are not exactly the most high-end looking thing in the world, just gonna go ahead and say that. It's very almost like, reminds me of something you would pick up at Claire's, but I do want to say that they have single pan shadows for $1.69, and when you buy 4, you get this guy for free. So I could use this, or I could very easily put this in a Z palette. If these work out well, it would be really nice and affordable to, you know, put together a little Z palette. So I thought we would test out these shadows as well. This one is called Au Naturel, and it reminded me a little bit of kind of a more beigey peach smoothie, like something that maybe I could use in the transition. As a transition. I picked up something shimmery right here. This is Queen of Cream. And then I don't know why, but I was really attracted to this. I was just like, ooh, something colorful and pretty. And I don't know if it really goes with my whole navy blue top right now, but I can at least swatch these for you guys. That one is something AGNC. And then I did get something dark to kind of potentially use to smoke out the outer corner, maybe use as a liner. This is called Bonfire Attire. So there we have that. I'm gonna first go in with this lighter shade right here that is matte and throw this in the crease. And that is horrible. Okay, so I kind of wasted my time there. That's not really working out the way I wanted it to. I'm gonna go all over the lid with this single shadow, which feels really rough, but it might have nice pigment. And I'm just gonna use my fingertip. Oh my God, these are horrible. What the hell? Okay, I'm literally having to tug at my eye, which is no good. Okay, then we're gonna take the shade Pink Icing and kind of throw it on the inner portion a little bit. Oh, whoa, okay, well, this is like hit or miss here. That is super powdery, but very pigmented. Oh no, that's horrible too. Oh my God, ugh, so powdery. Why is it so powdery? I can appreciate the color of that, but it is actually so powdery and choppy and chalky that it's making my eyelids look like lizard skin. Like, that is not cute or okay. I don't like it. I had a lot of wishful thinking in this process, hoping that I would find things that I could be like, yeah, go save that cash. But to be honest, a trio from Wet n Wild, like Walking on Eggshells, or any of those little color icon trios are gonna be better in texture than what I just experienced here, and those are like $2.99 a piece. All right, I am gonna try and take that brown shade just on the outer corner, just to make an attempt to finish up this look. We may have found a winner. That brown shade in here blended surprisingly nicely. I'm not mad at it the way I am the other ones. Yeah, so I love the brown shade. So if you're looking for a nice blendable deep chocolate brown for $1.69, then you can totally buy that single, and it is Tati approved. The rest of it, not so much. I mean, we're going crazy here. This is not necessarily the look that I would go for in like an everyday situation. Like, I'm just wanting to test this out on the lid. So I'm gonna take this blue and just kind of see, oh, see, that's really pretty. All right, we have 2 winners, guys. 2 winners in this situation. Okay, now let's put some glitter on top of it and really just go there. And it is just a spray over. Surprise, surprise. I hate it when they do that. I really, really do. You guys know I've been really into shadow sticks lately, and I did pick up for $6.99. This is the Moon Glow Shimmer Stick, and this is in Rose Glow. And I just had a feeling it would be really, really pretty. So I'm gonna pop this on the lower lash line. Ooh, that is actually really pretty. All right, time for a little bit of mascara. Let's please, God, work. Let's keep our fingers crossed. This is called the Monster Lash. Interesting brush. It's like fat, but kind of flat at the same time. All right, I actually really like this brush because you can put it on its side and it's flat, but still fluffy and bristly, and it's doing a pretty decent job. I actually really like this mascara. I had a little bit of a time with the lower lash line. I got a little bit too carried away thinking that I had all the control in the world, but that is a pretty fat brush, so you have to be very, very careful with how wide it is on the side on the lower lash line, but I would use it again. I think this did a really nice job of making my lashes kind of bigger and more framing of my eyes. Okay, so now we have a $1.69 gloss that I have opened up. This is the Bitsy Long Lasting Lip Gloss, and you guys, I'm swatching it on my hand and there's just like nothing there. I mean, I'm gonna try it, but it's like a balm. There's just really not a lot there. I do have one other gloss to try, and I have kind of ripped this thing open as best I can because, again, there's like tape on here. It's gonna take a while for me to really get all the plastic off of this stuff. This is the Plumping Gloss. It is the XXL Lip Shine, and this is in the shade Champagne Toast. Oh, whoa. That's a big brush. It's not what I was expecting. How ridiculous is this applicator, you guys? What is this? Oh my God, you guys, it smells like a expired Bonnie Bell lip balm. I know some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. What in the world is that? Really nice shine, not down with the fact that it smells expired. Okay. All right, so this is the completed look. I'm gonna go have lunch and let this wear down a little bit, and then I will be back with my final views on these products from Sally's Beauty Supply. You guys, it has been only 3 hours. It looks like I have gone and like ran a marathon or did something really intense, but the reality is I had lunch and I did some emailing, and that is about it. So I am shocked to say that the makeup has already worn down pretty crazy. The primer, honestly, I didn't even want to Snapchat because my pores looked so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, why did nothing fill in my pores? So this is an absolute no, now having looked closer up in natural light. The foundation, I really love how it went on. It blended in beautifully. The finish was gorgeous. The color was really off, and it did end up oxidizing quite a bit, meaning it changed color with oxidation from the air. The powder, we all saw what happened with that. It grabbed like crazy at the skin and was really, really just not attractive. The bronzer I am gonna give another go at because I like the color of it. I did find that it blended pretty well, so I'm curious to try this on top of other makeup, so that goes in the yes pile. This guy for $1.69 was beautiful. The blush is actually still quite vibrant. We can see it there. Working hard. The rest of the makeup, maybe not so much, but the blush was really good. As far as the brows, clearly this was really stiff and tough to work with, and I don't think it is worth a penny because you should have a little bit of glide with a pomade, but the pencil I kind of like. I don't know why, I kind of like it. Let me know, is this the kind of bold brow that you guys like on me? I know in a previous video you guys were like bolder brows, bolder brows, bolder brows, and I'm kind of looking in the mirror going, maybe if I used products that I really, really love and went a little bit darker and bolder, it would look cute. I'm on the fence with this. The eyeshadows were really strange because this one up here, just literally you can't even grab any pigment off of it. It's so translucent, like there's no pigment whatsoever. This one is okay, but it's just like really, really stiff. And then these two down here, this like beautiful mermaidy color, and then this brown blended really easily and were very, very pigmented. But we're 3 hours in and there's just a lot of creasing, a lot of fading, and I don't really like it. Now that could be because of the eye topper that I put on top of them. So I am gonna try that brown and that mermaidy blue again, because I actually think for $1.69, they were impressive in pigmentation. This kind of ruined the whole thing. This is just like Vaseline for your eyelids. I'm not into that any single time. And then the individual shadows just made my eyelids look like they were decades older than they are. It just really exaggerated the texture on my eyelids, which is really strange. So not loving those. This was actually pretty cute, the Moon Glow Shimmer Stick. I will totally use this again, $6.99, great for underneath the lower lash line. The mascara I really, really liked. I haven't seen any transfer. It made my lashes look great. I think it's a really unique brush. It did a good job volumizing and I like it. So that's in the yes pile. Okay, and then we have the Get Covered. And, I liked it at first. I was like, it's giving me coverage, but it just completely broke apart and got really creasy and I don't like it. This brush, however, for $12.99, best dupe of an artiste I have come across as far as it not creating a lot of brush strokes and being very densely packed and firm. It's a very firm brush. The handle is very not good quality, but the brush itself was really nice, $12.99 at Sally's. I really like the shine on the Plumping Gloss XXL, but this brush, doe foot applicator, and then the smell, it just smells like it's gone bad. This is pretty much a fail video. I am so sorry that I don't have more positive recommendations from Sally's, but please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it nonetheless. Also, another reminder, I will be on HSN all day long. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of things with Wonder Brow. I'm gonna link information below in the description box as to when I will be live on the air, and it would mean everything to me if you guys tuned in and showed some support. And I wanna say I'm not nervous, but I am a little bit nervous. So yeah, I will be magically in Florida while this video is up, and just send good vibes. And I love you guys so much. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Mwah.